For everyone, conquering oneself is the first and noblest of all victories. This sentence carries a very deep meaning about what true success really is. We are often taught to become winners in competition, to be the best among many, or to be superior to others. But in reality, before all of that, there is one victory that is far more important and more fundamental: the victory over ourselves. Conquering ourselves means being able to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions in every situation life presents. It is not an easy task because our first reactions are often automatic: anger when we are hurt, disappointment when expectations are not met, or discouragement when our efforts do not immediately produce results. But this is where the difference lies. A person who has mastered themselves does not allow temporary emotions to control their entire life. When emotions rise, they learn to pause, take a breath, and think clearly before responding. They understand that a single decision made in anger can lead to lasting regret. When laziness appears and the temptation to procrastinate feels strong, they choose discipline instead, knowing that their future is shaped by the habits they build today. And when fear tries to stop them, fear of failure, rejection, or criticism, they continue moving forward, even if the steps are small. Self-control does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending to be strong. On the contrary, it means recognizing what we feel without allowing those feelings to dominate us. We may acknowledge our anger, but we do not let it destroy relationships. We may admit our fear, but we do not let it silence our dreams. Often, our greatest enemy is not another person, but the weaknesses within ourselves. We tend to look outward when things go wrong, blaming circumstances, blaming other people, blaming unfair situations. Yet many of the real battles we face happen silently inside us. It is the voice of doubt that whispers, "You are not good enough." It is the ego that insists on always being right, even at the cost of peace. It is the fear that keeps us from stepping into opportunities that could change our lives. Doubt can be incredibly powerful. It convinces us to stop before we even begin. It magnifies our flaws and minimizes our strengths. If we listen to it too often, we start building invisible walls around our own potential. Ego, on the other hand, blinds us. It prevents us from learning, from admitting mistakes, and from growing. It turns small conflicts into big ones simply because we refuse to let go of pride. And then there is fear, the fear of failure, of embarrassment, of rejection. Fear keeps dreams locked away and talents hidden. If we cannot overcome these inner obstacles, no external victory will truly satisfy us. We may achieve success, gain recognition, or accumulate wealth, but without inner mastery, we will remain restless and insecure. True strength is not proven by defeating others, but by facing our own weaknesses with honesty and courage. When we confront our doubts, manage our ego, and move forward despite fear, we begin to experience real freedom. And that freedom, the freedom from being controlled by our own limitations, is one of the greatest triumphs a person can ever achieve. Victory over oneself is the foundation of every other success in life. Without it, achievements are fragile and easily shaken. A person may reach a high position, earn great wealth, or receive admiration from others, but if they lack self-control and inner stability, those accomplishments can quickly collapse under pressure. True success is not built on talent alone, it is built on character. Without self-control, we are easily influenced by circumstances. A small criticism can ruin our entire day. A minor failure can make us question our worth. But when we master ourselves, we become steady. We understand that setbacks are temporary and that growth often comes through discomfort. Instead of reacting emotionally to every situation, we respond with wisdom and patience. Discipline also plays a crucial role in this foundation.
Dreams do not become reality through motivation alone. They require consistent effort, even on days when we do not feel inspired. When we conquer ourselves, we show up even when it is hard. We stay committed even when results are slow. We remain focused even when distractions surround us. Self-awareness strengthens this inner structure even more. When we understand our strengths and weaknesses, we can improve without denying our flaws. We take responsibility for our actions instead of blaming others. This maturity creates resilience, the ability to endure challenges without losing direction.
That is why conquering oneself is called the first and noblest victory. It is the starting point of lasting success. From inner discipline comes confidence, from self-control comes stability, and from mastering ourselves comes the power to build a life that is not only successful, but meaningful and strong. So before trying to conquer the world, conquer yourself first. This is where every meaningful journey truly begins. Many people spend their lives chasing recognition, power, and influence, believing that once they control their surroundings, they will finally feel fulfilled. But the truth is, the outer world reflects the inner one. If there is chaos within us, no amount of external success will bring lasting peace. When you conquer yourself, you gain clarity. You begin to understand your values, your purpose, and the kind of person you truly want to become. Instead of reacting to life impulsively, you start making intentional choices. You no longer live at the mercy of your emotions or circumstances. You become the author of your own responses, and that is a powerful place to stand. Conquering yourself also means taking responsibility for your growth. It means acknowledging your flaws without letting them define you. It means forgiving yourself for past mistakes while committing to becoming better each day. This kind of inner work is not glamorous. It often happens in silence, in moments when no one else is watching. But it shapes your character in ways that public victories never could. And once you have mastered yourself, the world no longer feels like something you need to defeat. Instead, it becomes a space where you can contribute, grow, and create impact. Your strength no longer comes from proving others wrong, but from knowing who you are. Because in the end, the greatest triumph is not standing above others, it is standing firmly within yourself.